Yo, happy new year to you all. Demigod bless you. Um, Man, 2020, huh? Let's take a look at that. It's DemigodCast. So, I'll start off with saying that the Schumann resonance is at an all-time high right now, at least as far as we have tracked and researched the Schumann resonance. It's 70 times faster than normal. But this is going to be, you know, just the start of the new normal. The Schumann resonance is going to skyrocket in the next 8 years, and this is because human consciousness is going to skyrocket in the next 8 years as well. So Earth and human consciousness are kind of playing a back and forth when it comes to raising frequency right now. That's kind of what this great conjuncture was about. We get rewarded with how consciously aware and consciously united we are via our own telepathic our own telepathic synchronization with nature. So what the Schumann resonance is some people will call it the heartbeat of the earth, but what it is, it's basically the vibration that the earth pulsates at. And what this is it's a frequency that pulsates throughout the galaxy. So being affected by any and all things within our solar system, we are sending out now a frequency that is different, and that frequency is going to keep changing. And what this frequency is, it lets the entire universe, solar system, and beyond, it lets it gives a signal out. We have satellites that send signals out to other beings, and they have been since they've been sending satellites in outer space to try and make contact, and they've made contact with some beings. But on a planetary level, this is going to send a message out saying that our frequency as a race, as the human race, is now picking up, and this is a great thing. What's going to start happening is there's going to start being a lot of volcanoes going off already in Hawaii. I think it was December 21st. That morning, like the main island of Hawaii had a volcano go off. This is going to start happening underneath the ocean. There's going to start being some tides and different things going on the coast of different islands. It's going to be it's going to seem apocalyptic. There's going to be a lot of smoke in the air in a lot of places. So understand that the earth is going to be going through some changes, as well as us as a species. And this is just due to the need for evolution. See, Earth has been around for a very, very long time. And so of humans, we went through an entire memory wipe of our history. And so the reset of our memory makes us seem like, very recently have we been in existence, when there's just been a reset with us who knows how many times. But Earth has been around for, who knows, over billions of years. It was just a planet with water, before that's what's speculated, is that the planet was just surrounded with water before there was land. So who knows how long this thing that we've been on could be existing, and how many evolutionary changes it's gone through. So the earth is conscious of itself now. That's or at least it's becoming more conscious, if it isn't already. And that is due to the coming into the age of Aquarius. This is what people talk about with astrology. Coming into the age of Aquarius means self-awareness. It's literally like a man, I think, pouring out water, a man bearing water, which some people say is the womb man, or a woman, when a woman's water breaks, like giving birth. So it's like the man giving birth to himself. becoming self-aware of who he truly is. So that's what this is about, and it's going to start being more prevalent in our environment as we start to see things. I think, and shout out to what's the guy's name? The SCHUMAN guy. Rainbow Warriors. You know what I'm. Oh man, my guy. Shout out to our everyday lives, Michael, for helping people out on the evolutionary journey, man. That's what it's all about. That's what this podcast is really, alluding to. It. This is I jokingly say this is for the chosen ones, but everybody knows that if you're a chosen one, you choose yourself. It's as simple as that. But this is really just for people that are already on the frequency, and if this podcast draws people away to go and research, different sorts of things, and check out other channels, then that's more love in my heart. You know what I mean? I'm just glad that you're finding something that interests you and that resonates with you. So yeah, go check out Our Everyday Lives on YouTube to find out more about the Schumann resonance, man. But let's look at 2020 for what it is. 2020 was an excellent year for me. I know it was a bad year for a lot of people. Why was it excellent for me? Not because of anything going on in this world. It's not because of the death, but because I kind of left all of that out to be where it was, and I understand what I have control over, and I took full control over myself. I took full control over letting my subconscious wake up and letting my subconscious sink in to who I truly am. It's a very, very I'll say it's a suspending decision to make when you really decide to just give yourself to your faith. When you let your faith overtake you and you don't really understand, why or how. I don't, a lot of people in the spiritual, or whatever, the conscious wave, whatever you want to call it, they bash Christianity when each and every one of these people know that's where they came from. Okay? And it's not so much the book, but it's the people. It's the people that have taken the influence of such a thing and have twisted it so that it energizes them egotistically to feel superior to each and every other person on this earth. It's quite genius. It takes the best of a person and uses it against them. It's war on the self. The age of Aquarius is letting that go. Setting the self free, giving birth to the subconscious, the water, the flowing nature that is the universe within you, infinite, boundless, ever expanding. Your mind should be like water, effervescent, flowing. It like you can dive in and submerge into a deeper part of you to find whatever you need, but most people, their mind is like a circle. It's just, and I know this because it's a pattern. This is just what we're programmed to do. We're programmed in cycles. So people's brain will just, circulate in thoughts. And once you understand this pattern for yourself, you can break it. Well, not right away. You could at least manipulate it at first. Change it. You can You could find out how to create new patterns that are, more beneficial for you. But you never want to let a pattern overtake you. You want to be in control of whatever is being thrown at you in your life. You don't want to just be reactionary, because ultimately a person that is just constantly reactionary are the sleepwalkers. Those are the people that are asleep. Those are the clones. Not really, but consciousness wise, yes, they're conscious clones because they're programmed. And so they just do what everybody else does in society, that they think, is pretty much just their experience, perception of how they believe they're supposed to act. They'll act that way. And so 2020 has shown us that in spades. We have the Democrats, the Republicans, red, blue. And so you have Democratic clones, you have Republican clones, you have conservative clones, you have liberal clones. Okay? It doesn't matter. If you're consciously spinning in a wheel, in a cycle, where you're just trying to feed into others' approval of you, whatever that may be, whatever's accepted at that time, that's what you'll do, because it makes sense. Why go beyond that? Why think deeper than that? But I'm not here to criticize people for thinking the way that they do. Everybody is here on their journey, on their path. Each and every one of us, whether you're a clone or not, you're here for the experience, and that experience isn't necessarily solely your own. See, we think that we're just here for ourselves. There's a big problem of arrogance in this country. America's just the most. That's why we're so comfortable with being lied to, because of how arrogant we are. And again, 2020 coming in booming, shining with another example of arrogance. We have the most arrogant president probably in existence. That man was America. People don't like to see it. Donald Trump was America. America leading itself. People don't fucking get it. It's like it was a mirror of the country that you were looking in for 4 years. And man, I think when people finally start to ask questions, it's gonna be easier for the younger people, but for the older folks, it's just gonna be like a, what is it? DABDA, the signs of the stages of grief. It'll be denial and anger and bargaining, and then what is it? More denial until they accept. It's just these people, left, right, the fact that you let a game play you, it shows how mentally weak we are. These things are tests. These are tests for us as a race. This isn't real politics. If you're really, other beings, we have this thing called social media, right? Where you can just put all your thoughts out, all your feelings for everybody to see. There are other beings, many other beings, that don't even want to come here on this planet, and interact with us, visit here, or help us, because we don't even have clean enough thoughts. You know, the thought pollution is too dense for them to even land on the ground. That's how bad it is. So imagine a creature from, another galaxy just coming to check out, just wanting to see mini golf or some shit. And he can't even tweet about mini golf without hearing all types of stuff bashing Joe Biden or bashing Donald Trump, about how the liberal agenda is out to rule the world. The snowflakes, they're up to it now. It's like pick one, the arguments are so bonkers at this point. How could you even get caught up? These people are genuinely, I'm gonna get out of the sun here. People are genuinely upset with the way things turned out. And either way, I was just gonna be, I'm just like, okay, what's the next step in the plan to divide us all? We should be all voting for third parties. If everybody just voted for a third party, do you understand how powerful that would be? If everybody voted independent, or I don't know what all the other ones are. I think the birthday party, I voted for Kanye. And that's another thing too, man. I really want to talk about that, because there's an opinion that if you don't vote, you can't have an opinion, which is, so what, Jesus didn't have an opinion? It's like, come on, people. People are just so protective over their self-centeredness. To really break that down. And I mean, I just want to really get into the meat of that here, because if you're saying that somebody that doesn't vote, or somebody that doesn't support a system that has been oppressing people for years, decades, since its foundation, we'll even say, and for somebody to not want to support that because they're not benefiting from it the way that you are, to say that is audacious, well, you might want to look in the mirror, because it's really about what is our government doing for us. And if that question isn't being answered, if Joe Biden isn't doing anything for, let's say, restoring the black community that has been beaten and battered since, how much time you got? Right? But if you really want to take a look at the system, why do black people have no property value? Why do we have little to nothing as far as economic stature? We've been here for, what do they say, 400 years, 450? Nobody just wanted to buy anything. We just didn't want to. All just lazy. We're just too lazy. I just don't want to get out of bed. I'm black. Oh man, it's funny, man. It's funny. It's funny what they make of us, and how much we've made for ourselves in spite of it. You know. I know that when there comes a time that we can actually just get all the business loans, get all the, the property endorsements and all the investments. If we could rely on investors, and people to not screw us out of our money and screw us out of our business just because we're black, and if we can, get high bank loans, with no credit, or, just like anybody else does, just normally. But if we stop getting denied that all the time, frequently, maybe we'll have a shot. It goes deep. It goes deep, and maybe we can be considered 4/5 of a man. Maybe we can. Maybe that's what I need to do. I'm gonna start a 4/5 compromise. Because they don't want to make us 5/5 of a man. So hashtag that. Maybe that's what's gonna get trending in 2021. 4/5 of a man. The 4/5 compromise. We'll just move up in and how disrespected we are. We'll instead of getting shot, we'll just get our asses beat when we get pulled over now. And that is a step in the right direction, I think. So that's GthDCAST. Have a wonderful, happy New Year's Day. And yeah, be sure to follow me on Instagram. IG is @Torian the Demigod, and Twitter is @Torian's Glory. See ya.